consciousness makes it appear to me that I could actually go out
do another thing
and do something radically different. I could camp outside for the next 2 days, or I could knock at my neighbor's doors, or I could just decide to learn something completely different, or be somebody absolutely different. And like, freedom is, in a way, this consciousness of the multiplicity of yourself. And then you just step into one of the possibilities that consciousness offers to you. And the society of control that we're living in is entirely opposed to consciousness, because consciousness is freedom, you know? And so when you reduce consciousness, when you make it so that there's no pathways, there's only one way, you know? Like Mark Fisher, he had this idea about capitalist realism, which is the fact that now we're resignated. We don't see that there are other pathways to the system in which...
also techno-determinism.
Yeah.
That people think that technology will happen in one way, whether we do like it or not. It's not true.
Yes.
I have to introduce you to Dr. Johnny Penn. He was my supervisor on my master's on AI ethics and society. Man, very happy that you're here in Cambridge as well. There's a lot of people to talk about and to work with. And I was wondering if you have read an essay called Freedom of the Will and the Concept of a Person by Harry Frankfurt.
No.
I think you might enjoy it. I don't think it has figured everything out, but it's one step in the understanding of freedom of the will. And he makes an argument that I'm probably going to butcher. There's more nuance to it, but the general idea is Harry Frankfurt thinks there is a way to be free, but not everyone is free. It's kind of even controversial. Many people are going to say like, what? And then the idea is that there are desires, and then there are second order desires. So a desire would be, everyone has desires. Even Lara has desires. She has a desire to be laying down. Yeah. So desires, right? And then a second order desire would be a desire about a desire. Like, I would like to be the person that desires to get up at 5 a.m. and walk and run a mile or something like that. That would be a second order desire. So the people that have desires are not free. The people that have second order desires are also not free. He says there's a third thing that is called a second order volition. Okay. Because the people that have second order volitions, those are the people that are free. And he says that a second order volition is you have a second order desire and you actually make it into your will. You know, the volition, the definition of volition here is your capacity to exert your will upon the world. And the people that actually become that which they have thought they want to be, like the person that wakes up at 5 and runs around, then those people are free. Something like this. What do you think?
It's extremely interesting because what you're describing, it's also what analytical philosophers called higher order theories of consciousness.
Higher order theories of consciousness. That's what they're called.
Which is the fact that, you know, the consciousness would arise. So I'm simplifying it a bit, but would arise as in a way a thought about a thought. You know, when you have a meta approach to your thought, in that way to be conscious. And so this theory of freedom that you're talking about here, would also be a theory of consciousness. And then we go back to the same point, you know.
I'm sure you're correct academically at some point. It's kind of foundational. I don't know from which century it is, but I would love to get your input on this too. And would you recommend some work on higher order theories of consciousness, like some contemporary or something?
No, I mean, I'm not I don't particularly enjoy analytical philosophy. I mean, I'm aware of I mean, the difficulty is that in these works, it's a lot of different papers by a lot of different authors. So it lives in my Zotero somewhere. But you know, there's not the masterwork, or there's like one or two fundamental articles, but then they've been debated
because it's all atomized.
Yeah, exactly. And I think
division of labor again and fragmentation of knowledge.
Exactly. Like I think there's like a big name in higher order theory of consciousness which starts by Rosenblaum, maybe something like that. But my my memory is quite hazy on that. But
Yeah, I see. So what are you working on right now? I know a lot of things, but you're doing a PhD here in Cambridge, right?
That's right. Yeah. So there's actually two things. Like what I do as part of research, which would be AI and all that, and what I do during my spare time, which is exactly what we've talked about here, right?
Continental philosophy on society.
Well, pretty much like pretty much going back to the core, which is in a way, if you go back to the foundations, we're alive. We have possibilities. What do we do? What is a better way to live rather than others, right? And me, I'm pretty convinced that a better way to live is that of consciousness. That is making it so that your life can be increasingly, day by day, more aesthetic and intentional. And by aesthetic, I mean that there can be not like some contemplative, wow, the sun is beautiful today and all that, but aesthetic in the sense that in the same sense that there is an aesthetic to working out or understanding a math theorem, which is I'm not even sure how to describe it. I think it's something that you really have to experience to actually get it. But this element of beauty in life, and that's, I think, pretty much the foundation. I mean, if I can go one more step in that direction, I mean, I think it's a good day. If I can write about this in order to explain this to more people, I think this is the most noble task that one can actually do. So this is what I'm doing, and the way that it's.
You're writing about this.
Writing about this.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Would you be able to share something with the public, perhaps?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think there's been a couple projects, and I mean lots of different things. So I've been working on AI right now, so on trying to understand how it works, alignment and all this. But in terms of philosophy, which is like the in a way like the core and what we're discussing here, I've written a philosophical work which tries to explain how consciousness emerges. So we have theories of consciousness, of the mind, how it works, things like predictive processing, which is like the mainstream theory right now, which is that the brain creates models of the world, which is predicts in a way what will happen, and this is what creates our world. So we have all these theories. We have so many theories of consciousness that it would be almost impossible to name. From integrated information theory to mathematical consciousness science, like all these.
Wow.
But what I try to do here is to combine these and in a way to create the synthesis between the phenomenology and the empirical, and see how in a way from core principles our world emerges. So that's been a core project, which I'm still trying to get out by like dividing it into articles, like very, very, very. That's going to be like a decades long.
So that's the project. Yeah.
That's like
So the PhD question or no?
No.
Project. No, that's a side project. That's one of your passion projects.
It is. Well,
your free time.
My free time. That's exactly.
But that's going to take the whole. It's a philosophical system of consciousness.
Well, I've actually finished it.
Oh, you actually wrote a book. Is that the one?
Exactly. That's the one. That's the one. So it took me like 8 years to actually get it through. But now I'm pretty convinced that I've got something solid.
Wow.
And of course, like it's not the thing that's like mainstream or that lots of people are interested in. So I'm gonna have to break it down, adapt it, make it more interesting, tailor it to different audiences, and that's gonna take a long time. So I've made my peace with that. It's gonna take a long time. It's gonna be at one point an academic book when I'm like I hope more advanced in my career, so it's going to take its time. That's fine. But having done this, now what I'm focusing on is what I think is the most important question, which is how do we live an aesthetic and conscious life?